When it comes to homesteading, one of the practical things you can do is when you're going to the grocery store, look at what you can do next. Look at what you can buy and grow at home versus having to go buy it. Because I told myself this time next year, I don't want to have to go to Publix when I'm ready for, to make some homemade tomato soup. I should be able to have tomatoes, basil, garlic, and basically everything I need for the tomato soup, maybe except for the homemade cheese, right? But at least be able to have a majority of the items. So like when you are putting your homestead together, you don't have to get too overwhelmed with trying to have everything. Just start covering the basics. And by covering the basics, you'll get a sense of accomplishment. When I got the chickens and I was able to go back in the backyard and get eggs, I'm like, okay, cool. This is like nice. I can go back and get chicken and go back in my backyard and get eggs. That's like one step, right? And as I was going through Publix shopping for all of these different things, I'm looking at every ingredient from the perspective of like this broth. Like when I start raising meat birds, I'll be able to create my own broth. Like it's literally that simple. Just when you're going to the grocery store and you're shopping, start thinking in terms of, okay, what can I do? How can I bring this product home? Right? Tomato paste, right? I can bring that product home. Sourdough bread. I can 100% do this at home. So this shopping, situation for this tomato soup for me was really, I guess, a research and development kind of situation, even down to the heavy cream and the cheese. I'm thinking, okay, I'm in this Facebook group for, raising your own milk cow, and I'm watching the posts, and it looks easy, and there's a lot of people in there that are doing it for the first time, but it's like they're making their own homemade cheese and they have fresh milk, and it's attainable. It's not like so far-fetched, but you just take it and do it one thing at a time. Will I have a dairy cow by this time next year? Probably not. Will I be doing my own cheeses by this time next year? Probably not. But at least I have it in my mind that, tomatoes, basil, and what else? Obviously, tomato paste, garlic. These are things that I can do so that when I get a taste for some homemade tomato soup next fall, then I can have most of those ingredients come out of my backyard versus having to go get them from the store. So let's go to the house, unpack the groceries. I've already got the oven preheated because what I'm about to do is clean all the veggies and start chopping them up so that I can roast them. And so I ended up chopping everything up and I took a walk. I think it took about an hour walk after I got everything in the oven and all the vegetables got, roasted or whatever. But even as I'm, mixing them down after I roasted them, I put them in my processor, my food processor, to get the tomato base, to get the soup base going. And then I, ended up putting some more stuff in there. Anyway, I'm just sitting here thinking this entire time, stirring the soup, like, number one, I'm glad I didn't DoorDash it because that's what I was about to do and waste a whole bunch of money. I've been eating soup for like a week and a half now, but I'm glad at least I didn't do that. But it was so satisfying to do this, to make it from scratch, but it's even going to be even more satisfying to be able to have most of these ingredients come out of my garden. So that's the plan. And it's fall, so now is the time for garlic, which I need to figure that out because I didn't even see any bulbs at the nursery, so I don't know what I'm going to have to do on that. But the soup turned out really, really good. I'm about to make the grilled cheese. They turned out really good. I mean, there is no grilled cheese if it's not sourdough bread. Like, once you've had grilled cheese on sourdough bread, it really doesn't make sense to have it any other way. And then here's me getting everybody's bowls put together or whatever. But bottom line is, homesteading don't have to be difficult. Don't make it any more difficult than what it already is, because it's already hard. And you can easily get overwhelmed because you want everything to be a certain way. But I'm realizing that just do a little bit. Like if you want homemade tomato soup and you want to be able to make it from home, think of all of the things that you need to start growing. Think of the things that you need to start cultivating, raising, caring for at home in order to be able to make that tomato soup. And naturally, some of those things are going to help you make other things, right? So just keep that in mind. See you on the next one. Peace.